welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems or you need counseling, you can contact me at 339-1670 or 237-3135. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, up the Caribbean and around the globe. Those of you on our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, like and share our page as we go live. Those of you on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now, viewers, many things have been happening in Trinidad and Tobago, but right about now, I want you to call your friends, message them, hit them on WhatsApp, tell them Real Talk is going live on Synergy TV. Tonight it's Fire Friday. It is the night where I give you, the viewers, the opportunity to call in and voice your complaint about your area, about your MPs, about your councillors, about the officers, about the neighbors, the drug addicts, gun runners. It's Fire Friday. And you know, on a night like tonight, we light up individuals. So let me hear from you, 237-3135, and talk to me tonight. Let me hear what you have to say concerning the incident of the arrest of the Minister of Public Administration, Marlene McDonald, who spent the night in police custody last Thursday, the 8th of August. No charges yet have been laid against Marlene McDonald. However, investigations are still continuing. Marlene was arrested on Thursday at about 4 a.m. for alleged misappropriation of public funds, among other things. Her attorney, senior counselor, Pamela Elder, spoke to the media yesterday outside of the St. James police station where Marlene McDonald was held.
Minister McDonald has been exposed to a very long and comprehensive interview. She has been cooperative with the police officers, but in light of the time, further interviews will be conducted tomorrow at Professional Standards Bureau. At present, no charges have been laid. There are mere allegations that the police officers are investigating. And I must commend the police officers for the courtesy and professionalism they have shown throughout this interview.
Any chance that she'll go home tonight?
No, not
She will
tonight.
spend the night in police custody?
Yes, she will be here. And as I said, further interviews will be conducted.
Hours after Public Administration Minister Marlene McDonald was arrested at her St. Joseph home, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley made a statement about her arrest via a newscast. The Prime Minister said that he doesn't know what the Public Administration Minister Marlene McDonald arrest is about, and that he will not engage in any speculations until the TTPS gave him a rundown of what she is being held for. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Yes, so wasn't Miss McDonald held for this incident before? So what are they doing, Papi, showing the nation and showing us that she gets caught and knowing that she will come out in the morning again?
True, well said. Thank you, caller. But you know, one thing I must add to this is that our Prime Minister never knows anything. The whole population of Trinidad and Tobago is aware of what is taking place with Marlene McDonald, but yet our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley, does not know anything. And he is waiting. He noted that he would wait until the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service informed him about what Marlene McDonald is being investigated for. The Prime Minister spoke via a phone call during a newscast.
I'm not going to engage in any speculation. I just told you. I do not know what it's about at this time.
Yeah.
I'm sure that in the not too distant future, I will be told by the police what the investigation is or certain action will be taken by the police. And at that time, there will be no need for any speculation.
Now, viewers, this is the minister in the Ministry of Public Administration. And when the warrant was issued, the warrant must state what was her arrest for. No. According to Fitzgerald Hinds, listen this, it's Fire Friday, you know, and it's about to heat up. Our Prime Minister have no idea what she's being held for. Okay? That's his statement. Now listen this. Minister in the Ministry of Attorney General Fitzgerald Hinds commended the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, for his comments made when he was asked to comment on Marlene McDonald's arrest by TTPS.
He, like you and everyone else, would have been hearing about these allegations. As a matter of fact, when he removed her from the team the first time, we knew that it had nothing to do with any issue developing during his leadership, his stewardship of this cabinet and the government. And I thought it was quite strong, principled, and commendable on his part. Once the issue arose and there were these claims, he removed her from the cabinet. I thought that was...
Now listen this, viewers. Fitzgerald Hinds indicated that the same information that was available to the normal citizen of Trinidad and Tobago is the same information available to government officials.
Because the information available to you as citizens of the country is the same information available to us. We have no secrets. We have nothing to hide. We live and operate on principle. So just as you might have felt yesterday when the news broke, that's how I felt. I was chairing a meeting at my ministry, and as soon as I came out, I saw my phone and I saw the situation. I was taken by surprise. And some of my other colleagues. We have no information that you don't have. Yeah. The information we have is the same information you have, and you are as familiar with these developments as we are.
Now, viewers, you heard before that he didn't know anything. Now we have Fitzgerald Hinds saying the same amount of information the public have is the same amount of information they have. So how could our Prime Minister say that he knows nothing? I want a little listen in steps. 1 minute you knows nothing. And the next thing you're saying now, they have the same amount of information that the public have. So if the public know about the arrest, how could you say that you don't know nothing about the arrest? Caller, good night.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, Imam.
Welcome, salam.
Hear this now. You know, it's amazing to know that how our dear Prime Minister, he knows nothing now. Yeah, he knew nothing now, but 5 or 6 years ago, he has known everything.
Thank you, my friend. All of a sudden, you know nothing. Nothing you don't know. Here we have now Fitzgerald Hinds coming out and saying now the same amount of information the public knows is the same amount of information they know. So what happened? We juggling a ball from left to right? It's about who know and who I know? This is the Minister of Public Administration. Don't you think they have ideas of what is taking place in Trinidad? Or are they trying to fool all the people all the time? I don't know, I'm just saying. You be the judge. It's Fire Friday. Let me hear what you have to say concerning this matter. But I want you to keep one thing in mind. Keep one thing in mind, and this is it. They say Sandman was untouchable. They say so. Where is he today? They said Dole was untouchable. Where is he today? It is alleged that they say Marlene is affiliated with gangs. Where is she today? And what allegation is brought before her? I'm just saying, you see, God have a way in twisting things, you know. Caller, good night.
Hello.
Go right ahead.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, but how come he knows everything about Kamla?
Thank you, my dear. You see, this is the thing. You know, all of a sudden, you know nothing about the minister. We're talking about public administration, you know. We are talking about that backbench senator, you know. We are talking about that councillor, you know. We're talking about that minister in public administration. So how you could say now to the public that you knows nothing? I find that very, very unstraight. That's strange. Caller, good night.
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Saieed, I just hear Mr. Hinds saying that they operate on principle, boy. I wonder if them know the meaning of principle. Okay, boy, Mr. Saieed.
Thank you. That is the same minister who went up in a constituency, and because he never visited the constituency. Remember when he went up in the flood and what happened? They run him from the area? That is principle, right? Well, if that is principle, well done. You acted on principle, being the minister, and the citizen acted on principle, being the citizen. So you can't vex. But I find lately nobody I know nothing. Nobody I know nothing. Everything we made in hush mouth. Just imagine a foundation get a check before it was existing. So who's the person signed the check? They didn't know that that foundation did not exist. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, like we have a prime minister who's a shrimp, yes, to me head.
Thank you, my friend. Just imagine you sign a check to a foundation that did not even register. Look, the proofs there. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Mr. Saeed, if Hinds feel and Rowley feel that we believe what they're saying, I have some swampland in the back of my house for sale. You understand? And I want them to act on principle and deal with Camille and the handbag petty cash. Deal with Daryl and the sexual harassment money that we paid out.
Yes.
And deal with Dylan for what it is happening in the state with the old man scam. Because don't care how you cut it, Mr. Saeed. Dylan did wrong.
Yes.
And he was the Minister of National Security. Rowley said it was a private matter. No. You are the Minister of National Security.
Correct.
You understand? And if Dr. Rowley feel that we believe that as head of the National Security Council, you didn't know what was going on, I tell you already, I have some swamp plan for anybody who want to buy it and who believe that. Have a good evening, Mr. Saeed.
Thank you, my dear. You see, that's why I say all of a sudden nobody know nothing. You hear this now? I wonder how they managed to get that warrant signed. Serious, you know. We talking about Miss Untouchable here, you know. How they managed to get that warrant signed to go and hold Miss Untouchable. I'll ever wonder that? That crossed my mind today. And I thought I would raise it tonight to see if anybody have an answer for it. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Program as usual. Mr. Rowley said he cannot have crooks, thieves, liars running the government. I want to see what he will do now. Let me see he addressed this. So you just made a statement. The person who signed the check related to a man who had a stroke went to the States, 5 million US. So they had to investigate them now to see how much they thief from that 5 million US. That they think that is about thieving, everything is about thieving. So do an investigation and let me see where the money go on, because I can't see they spend 5 million on that man. Thank you very much for this opportunity, my brother.
Thank you, my friend. I tell you what, man, it's real talk all I get in, you know. This is the platform for that, you know, real talk, you know. I wonder why they didn't issue a check for Real Talk Studios or Saieed Ali before Real Talk start. Eh? But then my back pocket would have been fat and hanging down. Ooh! You know how much? Come back to me, guys. All out of the pocket swell, you know. And he hang down. Because the load. Which part in Trinidad or which part in the world you see them thing? Which part? Caller, good night.
Thank you, Mr. Sari, for taking my call.
Go right ahead.
Right, listen. They say Marlene, the Integrity Commission didn't find anything wrong with she. I want to find out who the person in the Integrity Commission didn't find anything wrong with that. But they could have found things wrong with the email gate. And I resigned. Remember that person resigned?
Yes.
Yeah, you say because they dropped anything on the email gate. They have anything in that email gate still. And now they want to squash it and say nothing wrong with it. And one of the commissioners resigned from that thing.
True.
But, yeah, you remember that?
I remember that clearly.
Right. So ask them now about Marlene. Right? She given just now. She given things for things that not exist.
Yep.
When Kamala say give $500 for children, they're born yet. The mother's pregnant and they can't afford.
Yes.
They say nothing. Stop it. Think about it.
Well said, caller. Thank you very much. You see, somehow the citizens forgetting what taken place. They forget what happened a couple years back. They forgot. But now documents surfacing. And they are amazed. How can you sign a check for a company that does not exist? How they call that? What they call that? Borrowing the fund? All borrowing the fund. Well, then somebody should make a check for Real Talk Security. Eh? Look at documents, watch. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Good night. They had the whole coffee wife for us authorizing all them checks. You know that?
Yep.
It's coffee wife. She authorized all those checks. And Rowley must come out and say how much money he spent behind coffee, how much millions he spent behind coffee. A wife authorizing check and why he Now the treasury in America.
Thank you, my dear. They should come out and say how much check they write concerning his coffee sickness. Caller, good night. I tell you, I was much called tonight. Let me hear what the public have to say about this. You know why? You know why I want to hear earlier? Because it's all your hard-earned money that went behind those checks.
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry what happened now, boy. I supported this government, right? But I will tell you something, Masari. This government, as soon as they take people and get in power, they started to move against the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. They're thieving everything, they're taking everything in a smart man way. And nothing for no citizen in Trinidad and Tobago.
True, true. Thank you, my friend. You see, let me tell you something. When Berkey went into the president's house, nobody couldn't answer. Nobody. People afraid to talk. What happening now? What happening now? Eh? Let me tell you something. It have a God. You could only fool so much of the people, so much of the time. You cannot fool all the people all the time. People eyes will open and all are failing to realize that. That's why I say, you see, power, holding on to power is a serious thing, you know. It's a serious thing. But you know what, one day? If they charge her now, I wonder if she gonna step down or she gonna step aside. That is the next mark. Call her good night.
Good night, Saeed.
My friend.
Saeed, I want to say my contribution tonight is to Mistress Ali. Mistress Ali, I want you are dressing up your husband there. There are a lot of hungry women outside here and their eyes wide open, you know. Take care of you, Saeed, you know, Mistress Ali. You're dressing up this man too much. All right, everyone.
Ah, yeah, my friend. I wouldn't say anything. Oh, good. I want to let you understand. It's all your tax money. It's all your tax money that run in Trinidad and Tobago. Look where it's going. It's going to companies that did not exist. How you call that? Eh? Somebody call me and tell me how you call that. Hello, Fred? No, Fred? Corruption. White collar crime. So when you're here, I decide to come forward. And you hear I start to push for something. Let me tell you something. I ain't pushing for something by guess, you know. I'm pushing for something because I know it will fix something. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead.
The Prime Minister, they had the Integrity Commission, the PNM investigating PNM in the Lanate matter. And they said they can't find no wrongdoing. And what the Prime Minister do when he become Prime Minister? The person, NH International, he made them a big job in TSTT.
Yes, yes.
Marlene McDonald, just as the PPP get into office, right? $50 million in grants was given out. And when they start to investigate it, a lot of the students say that they never received no money. They don't know why their name was down on that list. In Arima, in the housing development, Manin said $10 million missing. That was on a Rowley watch. Where that money gone?
And that is a big issue today still, you know. It is a big issue today still because it was unaccounted for and it still remains unanswered in the public domain. So now listen. If there are documents, what will happen? Is she still untouchable? This is what I want to know now. Is she still untouchable? With proof surfacing up? And we had a man with his stroke. His wife authorizing it. Ooh. You authorizing to something that does not exist. I want you to understand that. Understand it carefully. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saeed. Good show as usual.
Thank you.
Boy, I wanted to leave that woman right there, boy. Right there. She got right there. Right, she there, nice, a nice place. And remember the small man we say, boy, about the economy? With the speaker? Mr. Speaker, the economy is booming, Mr. Speaker. The economy has plenty of money now, Mr. Speaker. But that is the habit, you know, so we were worried about. You understand?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. It's booming until they don't know what to do with the money now. It's booming until the money going into things that do not exist. That is how much it's booming. Thank you, my friend. Caller, good night. Tonight I want to hear from all you. It's Fire Friday. Is a minister being held for alleged corruption, documents surfacing up. The woman is an untouchable woman. I want to hear the public.
Mr. Saeed?
My dear?
Good night again. Mr. Saeed, Hinds said that what took place didn't take place under Dr. Rowley's watch. But Dr. Rowley will deal with it, all right? You hear the excuses? Mr. Saeed, how many times was Marlene hired and fired from Dr. Rowley's cabinet? And Dr. Rowley made excuses for him. For her, sorry. Mr. Saeed, there's a post going around, you understand, where allegations were made against her.
Yes.
Marlene McDonald in the 2011 Lake Asphalt audit report.
Yep,
about alleged corruption. You understand? And don't come and tell us, and you took her back. And Dr. Vishnu Raghunath at that time said that Dr. Rowley must deal with that allegation before he can take her to move forward in any elections. He did it in 2015. Yeah, and now Hinds making excuses about when it happened. They were not interested when things happened with Anand Ramlogan and Gerald Ramdeen. They were relishing in it. And today, Mr. Saeed, they are all very quiet. No post-cabinet meeting, absolutely nothing. Forrest on to run quick and have press conference. Not a word, not a murmur, not a whisper from none of them, Mr. Saeed. But you know, you say she's untouchable. Marlene is not untouchable because the smallest axe is chopped down the biggest tree. Have a good evening again, Mr. Saeed.
Well said. They say Sandman was untouchable. He was the king of Las Cuevas. Well, the king and the queen gone. And the day of the funeral, imagine how much people pass and touch him. They said Dole untouchable. He's Dole Trady. Ting, big gold, ting. You saw videos circulating from the wake and the funeral. How much people pass and touch them? Do something now. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. You
Right
know,
ahead.
the old people always say, karma, there's something called karma. When you do wrong, they follow you, and your children and generations will pay for it. Since Eric Williams days, the thieving from the citizens, as you rightly said, that is the citizen money, every citizen in this country, coming right up. The PNM continue to thief, bubble, corruption, karma coming to haunt them. All of this is karma side. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, my friend. But come back to me, guys. You know, earlier, I want to let us sit down and I want to let us listen to this. I want all your take on this. The former administration. Keep in mind, I am not affiliated with no political party. Keep it in mind. But look at the facts. We had a previous government. A lot of things was going on. Production. The day they lose their seat. And after that, the country had no money again. After election day, the country had no money again. So you tell me now, where the money gone? Let's just say Monday, UNC, in government, they had 5 billion. Tuesday, election. Wednesday, PNM come into power. Thursday, the treasury dry. What? Just like that? We have money to run the country for 3 days. This is nearly 4 years now. And they're still there. So let me hear what you have to say. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, my brother. God is not sleeping, brother. He is not. If anybody believes he is sleeping, he is not. And the next thing too, we is going to have state funeral just now. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, my friend. You see, one of the things I want to touch on too is that the ex-FBI agent that the present government have hired. I tell you all, yeah, he will come and things will be the same and he will go back with probably millions of US dollars. You know why? When Gibbs was here, what happened? Nothing. When he gone back, where he gone back with? The country had no US, but they had US to pay he. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
This is for Imbut and the whole PNM. I went in the gas station to full diesel. You know what they full me up in place of diesel?
Super.
They give me pitch oil in my tank. That's what Imbut importing into Trinidad. Pitch oil to give people as dieseline. But bye-bye PNM and bye-bye all of you Imbut and all of you. I never again. I will never ever vote PNM and cut it off.
Thank you, caller. Everybody have their say. Let me tell you something. I ain't surprised nobody know nothing, you know. I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised at all, at all, at all. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Saeed. I never see two colossal liar like Hinds and Rowley. It's ridiculous. Thank you.
I'll call in. It's Fire Friday tonight. Light up the incident that took place. I will not have liars. I will not have thief in my ministry. A document surfaced upon that minister with a foundation that don't even exist. Where did I come from? I wonder if it fall from the sky. If the stroke man wife, if the she signature. Hello, talk now, na? Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead.
Just now you said the government hired the ex-FBI man. I don't know if it is correct because I hear some private businessmen who bring him along here. But if that is so, we shouldn't accept that because he wouldn't be. He have businessmen to investigate too, and if businessmen bring him, he will investigate them. So we wouldn't know if they're in anything.
You see?
We have to find out that because if you are a businessman, Mr. Saeed, and you bring me down to investigate, I'm not investigating you, so you go out scot-free.
Yes.
If you're in corruption. I don't think the government should allow that. If the government bringing him, no problem. Private citizens, he come in, he not going to investigate them. And this thing with, remember, it's a big-time lawyer Marlene take there. Who is paying? Who is going to pay she bills? The Trinidad and Tobago government, the taxpayers, just like how they pay for coffee and nobody couldn't ask them nothing. Stay here, Mr. Saeed. Have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. You see, the thing is, where is the UNC members? We're not hearing them. Where is the UNC member? Where is Kamala? Where is the leader of the opposition? You're hearing nothing. I wonder if she in Trinidad. Caller, good night.
Right, good night.
Go right ahead.
Charles Mohammed here.
Go right ahead.
The last caller that he made the right statement. It's not the government, it's not the top cop that hire. It's private people, private business people hire this FBI. Who knows, maybe drug cartel hire them.
Thank you, my friend. No, listen to this, eh? Why would businessmen hire an ex-FBI agent? What does that say? Let me tell you what it says to me, being a businessman also. You know what it says? I have no trust in the Minister of National Security. It says I have no trust in the Commissioner of Police in executing his duty. That is what it is saying. And I will tell you something again. The legislations and the bill that I pushed for that got passed, let me tell you something. You do not need a better tool than that. You know why? Now the police have the authority now to go after criminal 100%. And you know what? They will be successful. Before, I often say, let me tell you something, I keep saying it over and over and I want you to understand. Before, the magistrate never had something to remand them in custody, but now they do. Now they do. That's why, when I came on and I told you, it had a judge call me Saturday and he said, thank you, Saeed. Because now they have something to remand repeat offenders and not grant them bail to come back out into society and be a menace. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
First time caller, you have a good show.
Welcome to Real Talk, my friend.
I just want to say something. You know, I think 80% of the population wants a better Trinidad and Tobago. And we know that 20% of whichever government or whoever runs the country, there's always that 20% thereabouts who always give the government in power a bad name. But what I'm saying is this. We have a lot of educated people are listening to all the comments from all the people who calling in. We need a solution for Trinidad and Tobago. And what we need to do is this. We need to stop all of this thing now and start some kind of new, send out something there on the social media where we need to ask these people in power, whether it be legal, government, whatever, army, whatever, we need to ask these people. I think from a good start, I see Gary Griffith started something with regards to having his key people, but they must go through these tests. I think we have the people of this country, before you get the vote, we have to insist that these people take some kind of test, like what Gary Griffith asked his men to do. And those who refuse, just get rid of them. Because at the end of the day, or sideline them or something, because at the end of the day, I think in all governments, there are some good ministers. In all governments, there are a certain percentage of good ministers. They have good people outside there. And we have to start as the population of Trinidad and Tobago to get people to start saying something to everybody who is who has authority over this land. Let us insist that they take these tests, whatever it is you have to go through. You know, another thing I just wanted to touch or base on is that I know people want the marijuana thing because it has medicinal values and whatnot. But I don't know if you remember this, but you see, indiscipline in this country is what have us where we are. I remember many years ago, on Thursday after lunch, the rum shop used to slide their curtain, right? I remember on Sundays, no alcohol was sold in this country. But now we open a lot of things. Who is going to control people when a man takes 3?
Hello, you there? I guess he got caught. I'm going to tell you something, eh? The reason why I push for the legislations before bill is to get the legislations passed. And when the legislations passed, the bill came after. And when the president signed off on it, it became a law in Trinidad and Tobago. Why I push for that was to get criminals off the streets. Why I push for that? Because every time a repeat offender go before the magistrate have no other choice but to grant them bail. Hence the reason why I went after it. And according to the judge who called me, I won't release his name. He said, Said, you are the only civilian, the only individual for decades came out with a plan. You push legislations and then you push the bill. He said, now Trinidad and Tobago will see a change, but it solely lies. It solely lies on the citizen and the police working together to fix Trinidad, not the ministers. It solely depends on the citizen and the police to fix Trinidad. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. I like what you're doing. I have to say, first time caller.
Welcome to Real Talk. Where are you calling from?
Diego Martin.
Welcome, Diego Martin.
Yeah.
To my good friend Corlel, good night to you, my friend. Wherever you are, fly high. You see, let me tell you something. Eh? Don't expect the government to fix crime in Trinidad. No. You see, if I was expecting that, I would have never pushed for the legislations and the bill. But you know what? I bypassed them. I started to think about the citizen. I started to think about the lawyers. I started to think about the magistrate. And I started to think about how they function. Look what happened. You see, I want to let you understand the power of the bill. I want to let you understand now the power all you possess, because it's something new all you get. It's new power that comes to all you. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night.
Go right ahead.
I was now overhearing you talking about the bill amendment bill, which you strongly support it, where that a repeated offender shouldn't be granted bail.
Why? Okay, you tell me why they should get bail.
Well, first thing first, we have to talk about the justice system where the backlog is in the prison service.
Okay, let me stop you there. When I got the bill passed, it's something I pushed for. It's something Real Talk pushed for 3 months. I pushed legislations, I get it passed. I come and I push the Nobel bill and I get it passed. Let me tell you something.
So I hope this bill will apply to the people in high society too, right?
Everybody.
You sure?
Everybody.
Well, I've been looking at your TV program on a regular basis. I hope you can push for the higher heads that just the justice system, the court system, and people who in jail 10, 15 years on murder trial and the justice system slow. So you can't want to support a bill and packing up people in prison, and then when they really check it out, 10, 15 years past, no evidence, back a free man again.
I understand what you're saying. Let me tell you something. When I push for this bill, I push for this with a backup plan. I don't ever jump out just so and don't have a plan. When I come with plan A and plan A succeed, I come with plan B. You see the same thing with the legislations?
Yeah, but the last government that passed this bill and it never had nothing in effect.
How come it didn't come into effect?
The last government, which was the UNC, was in power, passed this bill. It never leave no impact on crime.
All right. When I push it and I get passed for, hear the bold statement I make. I told the nation, I push for the bill, I get it passed, and listen this, any individual, I know it have rogue officers, Trinidad and Tobago knows that. Any individual that is being set up by an officer with a firearm, come to me. Come to me. Sit down in front of me. Let me see for myself. I just do readings, I just do spiritual work. The world know that. Let me see for myself that you were set up. Don't tell me you have a gun and police hold you, and then you come to get help from side with spiritual work. No, I will run you from my place. You see, I live with a standard. I live with moral values that my dad taught me. Hence the reason why I could stand here and ask for something and get it passed. No. The law with me is not just for the poor and it's not for the rich, you know. Why you think I keep highlighting Marlene McDonald? You know why? Because evidence surfaces up. And as long as there's evidence, I will push for the police to hold you. And if the police hold you, well then the commissioner of police have to step in. And if he not doing anything, and the minister of security not doing anything, which means all of them have to go down one time. Because if nobody ain't been arrested for this document, something wrong. Something wrong. Because when the allegation raised before Gerald Ramdeen and Anand Ramgoolam, what did they do? They stepped down from power one time. You know why? They were men with integrity. Okay, this come up, we stepping down. Deal with us now. So don't feel I will push for something and only have the poor people suffering, you know. No, I will target the rich one also. Those who hold in power, I will target you too, because I hold in power just like you. The only thing with you is that you hold in the power for 5 years. And the thing with me, let me fix myself and I watch camera. I'm born with power. That is the difference. Call good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. I want to know what you could do about them two children with the big guns.
What's that? Was he Mamlani gone? You there?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
I say what you could do with children with the big guns.
Caller, I'm not understanding what you're saying. I'm not just standing up for the upper class, the lower class, or the poor. I'm standing for everybody. For everybody I'm standing for. And I want all you to understand that. Whether you're rich or whether you're poor, you could come to me. But you know one thing I'm not satisfied with? Is where is Kamala Prasad Bisesa? When Anand Ramgoolam and Gerald Ramdeen were held by TTPS, let me tell you something the entire world knows. Every member of the present government was backing up Tree. Now Marlene is being held for allegation of corruption. Where is the UNC? How come only Rudy Lal mentioned something, Munilal? How come only him? Where is the opposition? Eh? I tell you, I'm not just backing up the PNM, you know, but I'm backing up the UNC now. They're supposed to be bumping their gum. Apparently they had toothpick and they're cleaning their gum. They had nothing to say. And I always want to know why Saeed just come here and make noise. Eh? He just operate like a madman. The madman get the Nobel Bill pass. The madman make it secured for all you. So think. Listen to what Dr. Rudilal Munilal had to say. UNC MP Dr. Rudilal Munilal said via UNC pavement report from Barataria that the PNM, Dr. Keith Rowley, must accept the blame for Marlene McDonald's arrest. Munilal said that the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, have serious questions to answer and ought not to feel that he can come out smelling like rose, that given McDonald was fired as a minister on 2 previous occasions under his administration. However, the Oropouche West MP, Dr. Rudilal Munilal, said that McDonald's arrest has brought him no joy and called for those present at the political meeting to refrain from criticizing her.
Keith Rowley ought not to come out today and pretend that he is Moses. Huh? He ought not to feel that at the end of this, he can come out smelling like a rose, because there is an unpleasant and disgusting stench emanating from the Rowley cabinet, of which this may be a part. So don't feel tomorrow, Rowley, you're addressing the country and you wash your hands, pious, self-righteous. You are to blame. You are to blame.
Now, viewers, that was the Oropouche West MP, Dr. Rudal Munilal. And that is what he was saying to Dr. Keith Rowley. And he's also telling the viewers and the people at a political meeting, refrain from criticizing her. Keep in mind, that is the untouchable woman. Keep in mind. She was fired twice from the present administration. So I wonder what will take place now. I want to see if she's holding on to the power and not stepping down. Because power is important. When you have power, you could command. When you have power, you have authority. But when you hold no power, you hold no authority. You can't command nothing. So this is what I'm waiting to see. This is what I'm waiting to see. You see, when the email gets scandal burst, and then the commissioner come out and say there was nothing to report on. And then we have our Prime Minister jumping up and saying, I am not going to step down. See, I keep on saying power is a serious thing, One day all you got to understand the powerful meaning of that word they call power. One day all you will. I understand what it means. You know what it means? Let me tell all you. Let me explain to you what power meant to me, Saieed Ali. It meant getting 5 legislations passed. It meant getting the no bail bill passed. You know what that? That is what you call power. That is what you call authority. That is what you call command it in my name and it shall be done. Who does say that? So let's start wondering now. What next? What other legislation, what other bill Saieed coming out with? I want every homeowner in Trinidad and Tobago, as long as their place is secured, to own a firearm. I want them to reintroduce the hangman in Trinidad, because let me tell you something. When a man lost his wife or a bandit shoot them in the house, when a man lost their daughter when they've been shot by bandits, it's hard. So don't tell me about human rights. Where human rights there? When a bandit run in a man's house and raping the daughter in front of him and he can't do nothing. When they're done, 9 millimeter to the head, die. And that is the end. Where's the human rights? Talk now. Fire Friday, you know. And then we have Mash Up Monday coming up, you know. Let's talk. Me here earlier. You know what I hold in? I hold in power. I hold in authority. I hold in commanded and it shall be done. That is my portfolio. You want to know why I'm saying that? You want to know why I'm saying that? Guys, get back the clip where they approved the Nobel bill, the House Speaker. That is what you call power. You understand? So that's why I keep stressing those couple of days. You have it? Run it.
Honorable members, with a division of 32 members voting for, 0 members voting against, and 0 abstentions, the motion for the third reading of the Bail Amendment Bill 2019 is approved.
So you see, that is what they call power. You see how powerful it is? You see how much power Saieed walking with? You see how much he holding with? 3 months it take me. 3 months of press. That's why last week Friday when I was here, I wanted to have a nice set with champagne and a glass and a champagne, the thing where they put the champagne bottle in, I forgot the name, you know. I was so excited. That is what you call power. So those of you who do not understand the meaning of power, that is power. Ask anything in my name and it shall be granted. So I asked my God and he granted for me. So now police have to understand that the power they have. And don't let no ex-FBI tie up all your, because all you have power in all your hand and make sure and put it in all your hand. All we need, viewers, all I need is all the information. By next week Friday, my intelligence unit up and running. All I need is your information. And you go see how things changing in Trinidad. Telling all I carry Trinidad in a different direction, you know. Watch this one thin MAGA black Indian man here. Watch me good. We are out of time for tonight. Our rerun of this program is at Monday morning at 10 a.m. Monday is Bakra Eid, so the Muslim community is the biggest Eid. Viewers, I'll see you right back here Monday night. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. May God keep you safe. Good night.
Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call
1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.